This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory.
Brilliant!
29 tournaments spanning 19 countries. Along the way, a chance to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
How beautiful is that? Magic.
Finish the season in the top 20 on the road to Mallorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. This is the Challenge Tour. Over the years, the Challenge Tour has provided a springboard for some of the game's brightest stars. It's helped launch careers for the likes of Bob McIntyre, Brooks Koepka, and Matt Fitzpatrick. It's also provided a pathway back to the biggest stage for many a golfer who's lost his way. Lucas Bjerregaard found himself without a DP World Tour card for the first time in a decade. But after 2 seasons on the Challenge Tour, he's now on the cusp of a triumphant return to an arena he knows well.
I've tried to replicate some of the stuff I did back then without a whole lot of success, so I've kind of tried to put it behind me a little bit. And you know, a few of the young guys have asked me about what it was to play against Tiger in the match play, so I guess I think about that once in a while, but other than that, I don't really think about it too much.
Back in 2019, Bjerregaard was riding on the crest of a wave, a firm fixture in the top 50 in the world rankings, and a 2-time winner on the DP World Tour. He may be best remembered for knocking Tiger Woods out of the WGC match play event in Texas.
It was different playing with him. I've never played in front of crowds like that, and you know, it was loud, and obviously a lot of people cheering for him. So it's a day I won't soon forget, that's for sure.
But just as there seemed to be no stopping the Dane, he lost his golden touch. Changes to his swing didn't pay off. Doubt started to set in as he tumbled down the world's golfing ladder.
I made it into the top 50 in the world, and then I kind of fell back to 65th or 70th, and that's kind of when panic starts to set in. You want to qualify for all the majors next year, and you're taking some of those things a little bit for granted. And I got my PGA Tour card and stuff, so had to play both tours. And you know, I definitely remember that time as a time of panic, and I made some changes that, looking back, I shouldn't have. And you know, my game wasn't maybe that far off, but looking back, I wish I'd taken some different choices. I definitely took a lot of things for granted. I took a lot of people for granted. I think these last few years have definitely humbled me. I wouldn't say I'm an arrogant person, but I definitely got used to a lot of the things, a lot of the perks that come with playing nice. So yeah, these last couple of years have definitely brought me down to earth a little bit, and yeah, it will definitely make me appreciate all the good things when I get back. You know, it's been tough on my family as well. Yeah, it's I do get a bit emotional every time I think about it, because it's been tough to drag, especially my wife, through all of this. It's definitely not been fun. I've wanted to quit many times, and I'm sure she has as well. So to kind of feel like it's turned around a little bit is great for everyone, and she's been so supportive. And without her and without the kids, I'm not sure I would be here right now. I started this year with not really much of a status on Challenge Tour, and I think if you told me back in February that I would be you know, just outside the top 20 with 3 events to go, I would have probably been very happy with it. And that's the tough thing I think most golfers can relate to. I mean, if you took me back to February, I'd be very happy where I am right now, but obviously where I am now, I can't see anything that top 20. So it's a fine balance of realizing how far I've come from the start of the year, and now I also want to finish the job.
just 3 events left on the Challenge Tour schedule, the race to finish inside the top 20 on the road to Mallorca rankings is reaching its climax. Back-to-back events in China precede the Challenge Tour Grand Final at the end of the month. This time, we made a welcome return to the majestic Sanya-Trueto Golf Club for the first time in 5 years for the Hainan Open. Having previously hosted the event from 2016 to 19 and set against the stunning backdrop of the South China Sea, the par 72 parkland layout, measuring just under 7,200 yards, was set to provide a fitting test for the players. Thursday afternoon on day 1, and starting alongside Bjerregaard on the 10th tee, 2 of the tour's more colourful characters, Alexander Levy and Brandon Robinson-Thompson.
On the tee, from Denmark, Lucas Bjerregaard.
Second in the road to Mallorca rankings, Bjerregaard knew that a good week in China could see him climb well inside the top 20. After opening up with 2 pars, Lucas moved into red figures at the 13th. His week was up and running. On the very next hole, he made it consecutive birdies after finding the par 5 13th comfortably and skillfully in 2. A drop shot at the 14th saw him fall back to 1 under before a bonus gain shot came 2 holes later at the par 3 16th. Out in 2 under par and looking good. Elsewhere, Nicholas Lemke, who sat 50th in the rankings, opened up with an impressive 8 under par 64 to finish day 1 alongside 4 others at the top of the leaderboard. For Bjerregaard, the back 9 proved similar to his front, with 2 birdies and just 1 drop shot as he approached the par 3 8th, his penultimate hole. This fabulous shot set up a tap-in birdie and moved him to 4 under. He would finish with a par at the 9th for an opening 68 to sit 4 shots off the lead, and with reason to be pleased with his day's work.
I actually played really nice, didn't get into a whole lot of trouble, didn't putt as well as I would have liked. Didn't quite feel comfortable on the greens, speed was a little out, a few misreads early on. But yeah, hit the ball quite nice, fairly generous off the tee, but I felt confident with my driver. Hit some quality iron shots, set up 3 2-putt birdies on a couple of par 5s early on. So yeah, all in all, fairly happy with the round.
Early Friday morning and day 2 of the Hainan Open, with Bjerregaard looking to push on after his opening 68. After parring the first, Lucas once again took full advantage of the par 5s with a birdie at the second to move him to 5 under. Recovery is a fine art in this game, and Bjerregaard displayed his powers on the 7th hole. After finding the penalty area with his drive, he faced a daunting 3rd shot on the par 4. And he would complete the great escape in style, rolling home his par putt to remain at 5 under. Back-to-back drop shots at the 8th and 9th halted his march up the leaderboard, and suddenly, making the weekend became the priority. At the par 4 12th hole, Bjerregaard made a welcome birdie to get back to level par for the day. He would go pin-seeking at the 14th, as he started to rally on the back nine. That would result in another birdie to move under par for the day. And then, as with the previous day, after missing the green at the par 3, he would dig himself out of trouble with an unlikely birdie at the 16th. Bjerregaard was battling. Meanwhile, after recording 5 birdies and an eagle for a second-day 67, Oliver Lindell, 9th in the Road to Mallorca rankings, was among the trio heading to the top of the leaderboard. It was a strong finish for Bjerregaard. 3 gains in his last 7 holes saw the Dane move to 6 under for the week, eventually signing for a second round 70. 6 shots off the lead, but happy with his progress so far.
All in all, pretty happy with my game. Didn't get the putter going till the end, so hopefully I can get that going a little bit. Didn't really make those crucial putts middle of the round to kind of keep the round going and get some momentum. So I'd say today's round was a little more flat than yesterday, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased and in a position to hopefully climb the leaderboard a bit on the weekend.
Coming up, it's a photo shoot with a difference.
It's more like a wedding thing, and I don't know if it works with golf, but yeah, we will try the best.
And we'll crown a champion on the first stop of our Chinese Odyssey. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the Challenge Tour and to the Hainan Open. It's the first of back-to-back events in China, as players set their sights on the top 45 who'll qualify for the grand final. After 2 rounds, there was a 3-way tie for the lead, with JC Ritchie, Nicholas Lemke and Oliver Lindell all on 12 under par. But with just 2 shots separating the top 10 players, the title was still very much up for grabs. With additional ranking points and prize money of $500,000 US, the stakes were pretty high, so tension was very much in the air prior to Saturday's moving day. To guide us through the best of the action, Josh Antman.
Stifling heat for the players on day 3, and one of the hottest players was Nicholas Lemke. He started the day in the best way possible, with a birdie at 1 after this fine approach. Trouble at the second, however, a double bogey dropped him back. Multi-champion on the Challenge Tour, JC Ritchie, he started round 3 on fire. A birdie at 2 was followed by this at 4. He picked up another on 5. 4 unanswered bogeys meant a 72 for the South African and work to do heading into Sunday. Another South African in the hunt was Wilco Nienaber, still looking for that elusive first Challenge Tour win. 14 birdies on the week up to this point. That was birdie number 15 on the 5th. Breakout star on the China Tour is Yao Jin. The 25-year-old, he's already won twice, including a victory in Shandong a couple of weeks ago, making his Challenge Tour debut. He looked right at home. This birdie on 12 helped him to a 69, someone to keep an eye on Sunday. Our featured player this week, Lucas Bjerregaard, just finishing there on 18, up and down day for the Dane. A 71 will be 9 back heading into the final 18 holes. 22-year-old Ben Schmidt, he was having a wonderful week. 1 back at the start of the day. This on 12, one of 3 birdies to card a 70, and to be just 3 back for Ben. It's a poor front nine for Nicholas Lemke, went out in 1 over, but he responded brilliantly with a birdie on 10, this on 12. He also gained shots on 13 and 18 to give himself a shout of his first Challenge Tour title, but they were all chasing the form horse of the Challenge Tour. Oliver Lindell has been in remarkable form with 5 top 10s in a row. He was one of the 3 leaders overnight, and he continued that form into Saturday. Wonderful approach there into 15. There were plenty watching on. And that approach led to another birdie for Lindell, his 4th of the day. Gave him a 1-shot lead at this point, and he wasn't done there. It's all okay, Oliver. A little shake of the head. Didn't need to be though. He did find the bunker at 18. And another green found for Lindell, who was runner-up last time out at the Czech Challenge, looking to go one better. So this for birdie on the last, which he converted a third round in the 60s, and he would take a 2-shot lead going into Sunday.
So a look at the leaderboard with a round to go, and Zhao Jin was flying the flag for China, tied for 4th place at 13 under par, just behind Nicholas Lemke and Lloyd Jefferson Go. But with a 2-shot lead heading into Sunday, it's Finland's Oliver Lindell, still pursuing his maiden Challenge Tour title, and well aware of the rivals hunting him down.
Yeah, I knew I checked the leaderboard after 9 holes and people were making a lot of birdies, but there's many tournaments this season that on Saturdays and Sundays the end is going to be tough, and that actually happened today as well, and I just played really well.
Now our host venue this week, the Lu Hueto Golf Club in Sanya, is also a popular destination for those tying the knot. So what better place to test out the modelling skills of some of the golfers competing this week?
We're doing, me and other 5 guys, we are doing some photo shooting for, I don't know, maybe China tour or something, and yeah, we are enjoying this time.
Ever done anything like this before? Any modelling work?
not like this, no. First time for everything, but it was good fun.
It's more like a wedding thing, and I don't know if it works with golf, but yeah, we will try the best.
Very interesting, but I like new experiences, and this is only a small part of it, so I'm looking forward to the next 10 days here and seeing what it has in store. People are nice, and yeah, it's been pretty good so far.
The welcoming was so good. I mean, it's good to see how hard work, I would say, they are, how serious they are. They want everything's perfect, so first time in China is good, huh?
A unique experience indeed. But who would be wedding themselves to the title and having their picture taken with the trophy come the conclusion of the Hainan Open? Waiting to describe a potentially dramatic finale, let's rejoin Josh.
Hamish Brown, already a winner on tour this season at the Cascada Golf Challenge. He was out in the penultimate group and started superbly. This approach on the first led to a birdie and got him to 14 under par early on. One group further back had JC Ritchie, the 4-time winner on the Challenge Tour, had a birdie at the second and then produced some magic at the 4th. An eagle there for the South African put him into a big tie for second at 15 under par at this point. 4 pars followed the opening birdie for Hamish Brown, but he was at it again at the par 5 6th. Brilliant bunker shot, almost holed out for eagle, but he settled for a birdie there. An incredible 20 birdies for the week for Lloyd Jefferson Go up to this point. The man from the Philippines, he was looking to cause a little bit of an upset. Great touch there at 6. And then he picked up another shot on the leaders. The overnight leader, Oliver Lindell, he was on a very quiet Sunday. Just 1 birdie through his first 9 holes. Left him with work to do, but he picked up one there on 10. It was all systems go for Lloyd Jefferson on the 12th. Just short of the par 4. Thank you very much. Eagle time for Go, and that would put him to the top of the leaderboard at this point. Great move made by the man from the Philippines. Yorkshire's Ben Schmidt was having a fantastic Sunday, out in 4 under 32. He then birdied the 13th and followed it up with this brilliant tee shot on the 14th. However, a double bogey on the next meant he'd have to make do with 4th place. It was a faultless round so far. From Brown, much like Schmidt, he made birdie on the par 3. Been a brilliant season of Bjorn Akesson, which included that win at the NMB Championship earlier in the year. He signed off with a birdie, and you could see him enter the top 20 on the road to Mallorca. Brown sat at 18 under par, heading to the last. And this birdie meant he was the first to 19 under and had to wait for Lloyd Jefferson-Go, who was in the final group. Go was greenside in 3. He had to get up and down for a playoff at the Hainan Open. What a job he did there. He would tap that in for par, so it was Brown v Go to decide the winner of this tournament. Go did make a bit of a hash of the playoff. He pulled his drive, an average second shot. His third left him here. Couldn't quite chip in. So it'd be a 5 for Go. As the crowds watched on, Hamish Brown had this for a birdie. Maybe win number 2 this season for Denmark's Hamish Brown. A bogey-free Sunday sees him get the job done and a step closer to the DP World Tour.
Yes, confirmation of Hamish Brown's playoff victory over Lloyd Jefferson-Go. Overnight leader Lindell ended up missing out by just 1 shot. Bjorn Åkesson picked up vital rankings points with a tied 4th finish alongside Ben Schmidt. But climbing back on top of the winners' podium once again, and making a few new friends along the way, is the man from Denmark, Hamish Brown.
The last hour went by very fast. I didn't really know where I was until 18, and then I thought maybe birdie could give me something, and it did, and then playoff turned up my way, so I can't really be happier. It's great, it's nice to win, especially a second time this year, and I'm just happy.
Let's see how all of that has affected the rankings. And Brown's win sees him move up 1 place to 3rd, just ahead of Lindell, who climbs 5 places to 4th. John Parry still leading the way, just ahead of Rasmus Neergaard Petersen. Further down, and Bjorn Åkesson's good week sees him move back inside the top 20. Our featured player Lucas Bjerregaard moves up 1 position to 21st to sit just outside that all-important 20th place, currently occupied by Sam Hutsby. So with Hamish Brown leading the celebrations at the midway mark of our travels through China, we're ready to embark on a journey of almost 2,500 kilometres for the Hangzhou Open. Join us next time as the pursuit of promotion to the DP World Tour continues.